Welcome to the Cookbook Divas Amazon Live channel. We're also broadcasting to YouTube and to Facebook. And today we are looking at cookbooks from my library and some cookbooks that I own, and we're shopping for tea, etc. I hope you join us as we do some quick cookbook previews. I am going to be glancing over here at my phone that has the Amazon Live Creator app. I'm going to start a conversation over there. Hope to hear from you. Where are you watching from? I just spelled hello wrong. H-E-L-L-O. Okay, off to a good start. I clearly need more caffeine. Alright, we're going to start off by chatting about the camera that I'm using. It's a Logitech Brio 4K. I'm broadcasting in 720p here on Amazon, but I can use 4K for YouTube. I had to upgrade my laptop and my desktop computer a little bit using Windows 10 in order to be able to stream at that high of a resolution. I have not made the jump to a DSLR yet. I'm working on it. And my microphone is a Blue Yeti. Oh, that says Logitech for Creators. I hope I put in the right one. Anyway, I'm using a Blue Yeti microphone. Wanted to chat with you about tea. I love these Teavana. Cute little, they look like a latte, but the packaging is adorable. I can't personally drink this one because I'm allergic to cinnamon and ginger and all the good spices that are usually in spiced apple cider. So I bought this to give it away as a gift. It is herbal tea, no caffeine, spiced apple cider, flavored with natural flavorings. You get 12 sachets. They are silken, they're not cotton or paper. And then, let me throw my glasses on to get the exact flavors that they put in this. Oh, it was cinnamon and cloves. So I'm going to gift this to a friend who likes herbal tea and is starting to get ready for fall. That is spiced apple cider, which I have not personally tasted. Mandarin Mimosa. I prefer this one iced over hot. It's an herbal tea, so I drink it in the afternoon. In the morning, I need caffeine badly. This has pieces of orange peel and some tropical notes in it. And it is very heavy on the papaya, definitely citrusy, mango, and a little bit fruity. And they say there's lemongrass. I can't really smell it. Here's the sachet. You get 12 sachets in this one. I definitely recommend this as iced tea. And the other tea, this is the only one I have today that actually has caffeine in it, thank the Lord. This is Teavana's Jade Citrus Mint. It is spearmint and lemongrass, so it's refreshing and it's not super minty. Like, I don't feel like I'm brushing my teeth after this. Caffeine level 2 out of 4 stars. And yeah, it doesn't smell like toothpaste, thank goodness, even though it's spearminty. The lemongrass gives it a little bit of that woody bite of an edge to it. And I prefer this Jade Citrus Mint hot over iced, personally. Love the packaging, super cute, and when I look through cookbooks, when I'm not on camera, I'm drinking tea all day long. I'm like addicted to drinking tea. I probably have a problem. So that's the Mandarin tea. All right, in just a couple of minutes, we're going to look through Persiana every day. It's not out yet. That is our sneak peek for the day. It is not published. It's coming out in October. And I see that some of you are joining us over on YouTube. Welcome. Love to hear from you, where you're watching from. So I also wanted to chat about Chetna's Easy Baking, which is not out yet either. Let me see if I can grab a picture of that on Amazon. Chetna's Easy Baking. I have a preview copy. I put it in my carousel, and then I cannot find it in my very messy office, which is full of hundreds of cookbooks. Oh, this comes out September 6th. So it's coming out really soon. Let me just share a picture of it. Share. Screen. Chrome tab, Chetna's Easy Baking. There it is. I looked through my copy of this before I lost it, and it is so, so, so cute. Love it, love it. Great recipes. I wanted to get cooking right away, and the same can be said for Persiana Every Day, which is by Sabrina Gayur. But we're going to save that for a few minutes. I'm trying to find the My Two Souths cookbook. Okay, I need to organize my office a little better because I'm not able to find half the stuff I want to talk about. But I can find French appetizers. Ooh! So I have not cooked or baked anything out of this. I just grabbed it from the library. It's by Marie Asseline. It came out in 2019. And I love throwing cocktail parties. And when I do, I don't want to make a whole dinner for people. I want little bites for them. So I love Appetizer Cookbooks. This one's by Gibbs Smith. And the table of contents is basics and condiments, small bites, savory cakes and tarts, breads, sandwiches and toasts, verrines, sweet bites, and drinks. So let's check it out. How the French do cocktail hour. Yes. And here on the West Coast, it's almost cocktail hour. One more hour. And I can have a cocktail because we do that at 4 p.m. here. Okay. Hosting vegan friends, dairy-free, how to feed a crowd, luxurious or quick and easy. She writes, feeling lazy? I don't blame you. I like this author. Okay, basics and condiments. She starts off with classic pistou. Ever wondered about the difference between French pistou and Italian pesto? It's simple. Pistou does not contain pine nuts, and the cheese is optional too. Tapenade, 3 ways. I probably wouldn't make my own tapenade, to be honest. I would buy it at Trader Joe's. But hummus is better if you make it at home. Eggplant caviar, yum. Roasted red pepper and hazelnut dip. Beet, goat cheese, and orange dip, no picture. Shortcrust pastry. Okay, small bites. Called grignotines or greenotines? Probably greenotines. Orange and fennel marinated olives. Another thing I probably wouldn't make. I would buy it at Amazon's Whole Foods. Goat cheese truffles, 4 ways. Instant fish rillettes, 3 ways. Warm brown butter bourbon radishes. I have never heard of putting bourbon in radishes. Whoa, what's going on? In a skillet, you melt the butter. You swirl the pan, cook the butter until it browns and gives off a nutty aroma. Mix in the bourbon, simmer for 30 seconds, and then toss in the radishes. Really? Cook over high heat for 3 minutes, tossing the radishes regularly so they're coated with butter. Stir in the chives and transfer to a serving plate. I've never heard of a dish like this. I love it. What do you think of it? Gougères, 4 ways. I love making gougères. That is something I will make at home. Marinated mushrooms, crunchy seed crackers, pistachio falafel. I wish they had a picture for every recipe. Chicken and olive meatballs. That actually sounds very Italian, not French, but okay. Oh, they're using herbes de Provence as the seasoning. Savory sablaise, 3 ways. I always want to say sables. Palmiers, 3 ways. Caramelized fennel, lemon, and comté cake. I love savory cakes and tarts. Oh, that's beautiful. It looks like a loaf of bread, but it's a cake. Zucchini, cured ham, and goat cheese muffins. I'm not sure if I would serve a muffin at a cocktail party. For those of you just joining us, we're looking through French Appetizers by Marie Asseline. Now look at this sheet pan quiche. That would be super easy to make a giant sheet pan full of it. Cut them up, and then every guest gets just a little square, which is just the right amount. Pear and blue cheese savory galette. That would pair amazingly with a Manhattan cocktail or sparkling wine, such as champagne or prosecco or cava. These are tapenade and Parmesan Madeleines. I love the idea of a savory take on Madeleines. And how many people do you know, and I'm one of them, that owns a Madeleine pan, a specialty baking mold item, and then never uses it? Guilty as charged. Breads, sandwiches, and toasts. Here's a fig, walnut, and orange fougasse. That is beautiful. That looks so good. It has walnuts in it too, but you could skip them if you're allergic. Fresh herbs pissaladier. Croutons. I'm not going to make my own croutons, sorry. Buttered radishes, crab, and chives. Here's a baked croque monsieur fingers. That would go down quickly. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this. Brioche croque madame bites. Is that quail eggs, or are the bites bigger than I think? Gruyere, heavy cream, Dijon mustard, Bayonne ham, quail eggs. I was right. Are you able to get quail eggs where you live? I am, because I'm in a major city, Seattle. And then here's a recipe for verrines. I don't know what verrines are. Cold soups, I guess? Because the first recipe is for cherry, tomato, strawberry, and basil gazpacho, which is not a French word, so I'm very curious. Here's a cauliflower and apple velouté. Silky smooth soup that's great on its own, but she uses as a canvas for garnishes. Carrot, pistachio, and hummus verrine. Okay, so it's like a terrine, but it's a verrine. So it's in a base? I don't know. Beef tartare and marinated mushroom verrine. Very pretty. Okay, I'm going to start skipping ahead. Ooh, lemon tartlets. Very French. Very classic French. Sorry, my boyfriend's asking me if I want takeout. Let's go out for your birthday. He shouldn't have Thai takeout on the night before his birthday. For your birthday. Sorry. I'm trying to type as fast as I can. We're talking about this at almost 3 p.m. Okay. That knocked me out of my Amazon app. I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. Cherry clafouti bars. Those look good. I love cherries. But I get that not everyone does. Strawberry lemon yogurt sheet cake. Berry cups with green tea and honey syrup. So that is a sneak peek of French appetizers. I'm finding the photography a little old-fashioned for a book that came out in 2019, a little bit limited, but the recipes are very tempting and I definitely want to try making them. Okay, next up, I have not looked through this cookbook yet. It's called House of Vinegar. The Power of Sour with Recipes. I'm very curious to check this out. Jonathan, yay! This time I saw you right when you commented. I'm very proud. Yes, my second live of the day. I took a lunch break and I've been moving and packing, which is not very conducive to live streaming because my house has been a disaster, or then it's been hot and I'm too sweaty and gross to go on camera. You guys don't need to see that. So I'm back and I'm hoping to do a doll and toy live stream, Barbie or Disney Day, in about an hour. And then I'm taking my boyfriend out for his birthday. He's turning an important age. Not one of the decades though, one of the half decades. So this is The Power of Sour with Recipes, House of Vinegar by Jonathan Sawyer. No relation to Jonathan Yard over on YouTube. One of our awesome fans. October 2018 this came out. So here's what he says about the power of sour. The acidic nature of vinegar gives it a special ability to open our senses and make our taste buds more receptive to all the other tastes. At the same time, it also works to bring balance, toning down the intensity of overtly bitter and fatty foods. House of Vinegar will help you unleash this flavor booster in your own cooking. Okay. Off to a beautiful start. You know I love the pictures. The chapters are simple. Chapter 1, vinegars, and then pickles, and then cold vinegar-based sauces, aka vinaigrettes, and then brining, marinating, and braising. Hot vinegar-based sauces, vinegar-based desserts, and then drinks. All right, let's jump in. Here's the part where they tell us all the stuff we're supposed to have in our pantry and the vinegar equipment. I'm not sure if I like this 70s style artwork, and is that dude naked? No, thank God he has cutoffs on. Okay, that scared me. All right. Stock, salad, sofrito, and Southeast Asian, how to create the perfect breadcrumbs. All right, chapter 1. Vinegars. That took a while to get into it. Woo! Okay. Greenhouse Tavern style craft beer vinegar. Wow. I wasn't expecting that to start off the book. Interesting. Apple cider vinegar, old school red wine vinegar. Yep. Makes about a quart. Prosciutto Scotch vinegar. Whoa, that would be flavorful. Apple wine vinegar. That's great for me because I live in apple country. Modernist cucumber vinegar. I'm not sure I would just be out drinking that. That's just me. Begonia vinegar. We're already in the pickle chapter. And we're going to pickle, and I don't have a garden this year. We're going to pickle carrots. And then we're going to pickle green tomatoes. Bavarian black grape pickle. What? Peppercorn sugar table grapes, preferably black. Huh. Modern classic red onion pickle. Yum. I love pickled onions. Watermelon rind pickle. I would make that, definitely. Kosher style pickle, aka it's not vinegar, but the pH is the same, a lactic acid ferment. Pickled romaine lettuce. Did I just see that? I'm sorry. I have to go back. Sauerkraut. Uh-huh. Pickled romaine lettuce. Okay. And this is sauerkraut balls. So first you make the sauerkraut and then you deep fry it. Yes, that looks amazing. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through House of Vinegar, The Power of Sour cookbook. Hot and spicy Romanesco, I forgot how to say this word, giardiniera, i.e. garden pickled foods. Kimchi, muffaletta sando, cold vinegar-based sauces, such as, I gotta keep flipping here, sorry, I'm looking for a picture. Dijon mustard, make your own at home. Classic maple vinaigrette. Chimichurri. And this is squash salad using vinaigrette. I'm not a fan of squash. Chili peach wing sauce. I think I jumped ahead to the sauces chapter. Chocolate devils on horseback. Am I making you guys hungry? Luckily I just had lunch, so I'm not dying. Brining, marinating, and braising, such as a brined beer can chicken, aka beer butt chicken, and the step-by-step photos for how to do it. You never know when I'm going to turn the page and see. A barbecue pig's head. Brined, braised, and roasted pig with barbecue sauce. Oh, okay, you want to see it? Let's do it. Yikes! Okay, that's hard for me to look at. I'm a vegetarian. Sunday gravy over cavatelli, aka big old boiling batch of red sauce. Now that looks good. Fried and marinated lake fish in sour, S-A-O-R. Hot vinegar-based sauces. Holiday yam soup, Yemenite style. Artichokes a la grecque and how to make them. Let's start off with what they look like. Pickled artichokes. I've never had such. Well, I've had artichoke hearts, but not whole pickled artichokes. Wow. Here is a crispy Ohio pork belly. This guy likes pork. Red onion brulee. Pike quenelles with tomatoes. Sustainable fish in cartoccio with wild mushrooms, asparagus, a la grecque, new potato, and Meyer lemon. I think this cookbook is a little over my personal cooking skill, but it's pretty cool. Ooh, moldy muskmelon, gelled vinegar, mulled port, and cherry granita. Now that would be amazing on a hot day. Woo, yes. And apple tart tatin, pickled apples, really? Apples in vinegar, chess pie, key lime pie, ricotta cheesecake, and a chocolate vinegar cake. Would you eat chocolate and vinegar at the same time? Well, I found this very interesting. I'm not sure it's anything I would personally own, but I'm going to learn a lot from it when I go back through and check it out. Shona says, nope. I agree with you. I agree. That's a nope. And Shona, by the way, I'm going out with Bob for his birthday dinner tonight. I think it's just the two of us. I might take him to the Lime. That used to be his favorite place. It's not very fancy, but he loves it there. So next up in our carousel is a cookbook that I am so impressed with. I am rushing out to buy it because this is my library copy. Yes, happy birthday to Bob. Yes, let me get my tea down. I'm trying to get this book without knocking over Nadia. My bookcase has a back to it up here, a little X to keep the books from falling off, but it doesn't have one right here. So if I put a book here, like this one is barely balanced, it's not good. In fact, I forgot there was a book behind that. I'll have to look for it. Okay. I'm so surprised how many recipes I want to make out of this African cookbook. It's specifically areas south of the Sahara Desert. So it's not the entire continent of Africa. It's Saka, Adventures in African Cooking, south of the Sahara. And when I looked through this on my live stream yesterday, I was shocked, or the day before, shocked how amazing it was, because I was just thinking, it's African recipes, it's going to be all meat, and more meat. No, there were plenty of really good things on here. So, I will give you a tour. This came out in April 2022, during my birthday month. They grabbed a whole bunch of chefs from all over the southern part of Africa, and they all contributed recipes. So the first chapter is bases and appetizers, mains, street food, sides, drinks, and desserts. And they're going to teach us about the cuisines of Africa, a continent made up of 54 sovereign states. There's a diversity in climates, and so there's a diversity of produce, and consequently, a diversity of cuisines found in Africa. 2 countries, 1 cuisine. Chef Anto. Okay, and she was born in France, but grew up in Gabon. Taste from Africa. Main specialties, benefits of African cuisines. Staple ingredients: cassava, yam, pomegranate, tamarind, banana, mild chilies. I don't see plantain. There's bananas. Oh, that's plantain banana, excuse me. Avocado, that surprises me. African pears is what that is, and lime. Staple ingredients, region by region. The ideal pantry would have all of these items. I've never heard of kinkaliba leaves. Cashew nuts, those I've got. Turmeric, got plenty. Fine cornmeal. Cassava semolina would be a little hard to get a hold of, but you might be able to find it here on Amazon. Cassava flour, coconut oil. Hibiscus flowers, and am I not seeing rice? Oh, parboiled long grain rice. Okay, just checking. Bases and appetizers. Look how colorful this cookbook is. I mean, the front is, woo! In fact, I wore pink to match it in honor of this cookbook. So the bases is green nokos, or nokos. I'm going to say nokos for fish, red for meat, orange nokos for vegetables, and notorolo, chili and herb paste. And so here's what they look like. So you need these as the basis. Spiced butter, stuffed yam balls. What are they stuffed with? Ground beef. Okay. Papaya gazpacho. Wouldn't that be amazing on a hot day? Those of you just joining us, we're looking through the Saka cookbook. You can learn more about it down below in the carousel, here on Amazon Live. Cream of taro soup with a coconut swirl. Taro is very, very purple. Cassava and shrimp fritters. Yum. Here's another chef, Soro Solo. It's from the Ivory Coast. And here's his recipes. Appetizers. Basamwasi salad, made with cassava semolina, tomatoes, cucumber, onion, cilantro, parsley, etc. Stuffed crabs. Stuffed with chives, green knuckles, tomatoes, and oh, you serve it with fried okra. Tuna pies. Black-eyed pea fritters. I would make those in a heartbeat if I was staying home and cooking tonight. Those look so good. And I have black-eyed peas, but they're canned. They're not fresh. Here's African pear dip and yam chips. I've had yam chips before. They're good. I don't like yams, but they're good. Here's Mamani Keita, an Afro-pop singer from Mali, and she's going to contribute recipes. Black-eyed pea and beet hummus. Shona, would you try that? I'm thinking you're very adventurous and you eat almost all foods, and I wouldn't be able to put the nuts on top. I think you would probably try this, but you probably wouldn't make it at home. Khachambari salad. What is that? Mini sweet peppers, mixed tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, cilantro. Chervil is an herb I don't often hear people using. Salt and pepper, onions, chile, and lots of tomatoes. That's beautiful. Ethiopian beef tartare is called kitfo or kitfo. Sea bass carpaccio with green mango. I'm going to start skipping ahead. Here's the mains chapter. Stuffed mullet. The photography in this cookbook is beautiful too. This is called fat rice, and it involves a guinea fowl that you cut into pieces. This is DG chicken. I'm not sure what the DG means. Here's another chef, Sandra Nikaki. Beef condre is her contribution. Yassa chicken. And here's a family enjoying a feast. Fish in banana leaf. I'm not surprised to see that. African salad bowl, beautiful and colorful. Peanut crusted chicken. Shona says no nuts. Pepe soup, fish and crustacean soup. Captain Alexander, Here's a dish called Thiep Boudin. It is white grouper, green nacos, vegetable oil, pumpkin or squash, carrots, turnip, cassava tuber, eggplants, cabbage, tomato. Lots of ingredients go into this. Whew! Sauteed kidney with lentils. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through the Saka African cookbook. Here's plantain fufu, and can you see the designs they put on the top of the fufu? Isn't that cute? That's very clever. That's very pretty. Here's cassava fufu. Eggplant with Guinea sorrel. I used to pick sorrel and make sorrel tea for medicinal uses, but I can't remember why. A beef baguette. Banana fritters. Yum. Those look so good. Chin chins. Chin chins are... what? They're not what I thought they were. I thought they were chickpeas. Okay. They are croquettes, but little tiny ones, made with vanilla bean, softened butter, egg yolk, milk, vegetable oil, superfine sugar, cinnamon, salt, and flour. Okay. Cashew nougat, a market scene, desserts. Well, I thought that was a dessert. Peanut financiers, beautiful photography. A mango tart. That is so pretty. That looks amazing. And coconut rice with fruit tartare. Sorghum cupcakes with whipped ganache. I'm not sure I've ever had sorghum. I feel like we do have that in the American South. I just haven't been there enough. Poached pears with chocolate sauce. How beautiful is that? Definitely a French influence down there. That is the surprisingly interesting Saka African cooking cookbook from recipes south of the Sahara. I'm very impressed. I hope you enjoyed that one. Next, let's go to Tibet for a taste of Tibet. We have people joining us over on Facebook and YouTube and Amazon Live. We're going to look through Taste Tibet, family recipes from the Himalayas. This came out recently, March 2022. It's from Interlink Books, one of our favorite cookbook publishers. Breakfast, cold dishes, rice and stir fries, noodles, soups and stews, dumplings, savory pastries and bread, sauces and dips, street food favorites, and the last chapter is called Sweet Tooth. So here's the introduction. I am never going to climb mountains, so I'm glad someone took a picture of this because I'll never see it with my own eyes. Really not a priority. Okay, so you learn about the author and life in Tibet and their family, etc. The geography of Tibet. Very educational. I'm going to skip ahead to the recipes, however, because that's what we're here for today. Breakfast chapter. When most of the day is spent outdoors and it's cold out there, a good, solid, warming breakfast becomes very important. In Tibet, most people start the day with sampa, which is roasted barley flour. Nutty in flavor and higher in fiber and protein than oatmeal, sampa makes for a really nutritious and filling meal. A great way to kick things off. Roasted barley flour. Okay. So they're talking about how they make it. You'll have a bowl of tea to wash down your sampa. They drink their tea with butter and salt and sometimes a lump of dried yak cheese for extra flavor. I think I will stick with my Mandarin Mimosa tea, personally. So this is butter tea. Here's what it looks like. I guess I've never tried putting butter in my tea. Tibetan people drink butter tea in copious quantities throughout the day, more like a broth than tea as we know it. It's deliciously smooth and creamy when it's made using fresh butter. If the butter has become sour, as often happens in more remote areas where refrigeration is not yet reached, it can taste very rancid. Okay. Spiced sweet tea, vegan chai. Here's fried breakfast bread. Now that looks good. What kind of flour is it made from? Oh, just regular self-rising. Okay. And they use yogurt to moisten it. This is a potato and chickpea breakfast bomb. That looks good. Onion, green chilies, cumin seeds, white potatoes, garlic clove, cooked chickpeas, turmeric, and cilantro. So it's vegetarian. Buckwheat pancakes. They almost look lacy. They almost look like crepes, and they roll them up like that, and it looks like they're served with honey and butter. And here's the hot honey and butter dip recipe. Sweet flatbread. Let's get out of the breakfast chapter because I have to keep going. Cold dishes. Tibetan yogurt. Chilled chili pork. Here's chilled yellow jelly noodles. Chilled white jelly noodles, but with lots of ingredients. Black vinegar. Here's a cold beef salad. Now we're in the rice and stir fries chapter that I've been looking forward to. Ooh, what's this? I don't know. Here's Dad's rice. I see lots of peas. Simple vegetable stir-fried rice. This is Dressel, ceremonial rice. In Tibet, the color white is highly valued as a symbol of purity and good fortune. So the first food to be made and offered on Tibetan New Year's Day is this white rice. This is called stir-fried sweetheart cabbage. Oh, that's nice. Tofu with bok choy. Excuse my dogs, they hear my neighbor. Beef stir-fry. Stir-fried baby eggplants with chile. Stir-fried beef with zucchini. Here's some noodles. Ooh. Vegetable soup noodles. The photography is stunning here. Don't know what that is. Beef hand-pulled noodles. Stir-fried veggie noodles. Tibetan lamb stew. I see some grandmothers. This is classic Tibetan boiled beef. I see some dumplings and some step-by-step photos on how to make them. Beef momos. Tofu Chinese cabbage and mushroom momos. Another soup. Vegan flatbread. Tibetan gnocchi with meat. Cute kids. New chapter. This is hot chili dip. I would be scared to try that, actually. I'm such a wimp. Here's tomato and chili dip. Eggplant and chili dip. Cheesy chili dip. Chili with yogurt. Okay, I get it. They like their food spicy. Here's Taste Tibet famous chicken curry with flatbread on the side. Sesame chicken. Potato pea curry. Quick lamb biryani. Let's get to the back where we're doing some desserts. Ceremonial cookies. And honey nut granola bars. That is an amazing cookbook. I'm so glad I looked through this. I'm going to look through it again later when I'm off camera. That was so cool, and now I'm very hungry. Let me know what you guys thought of that in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. Next up, Italian street food. Uh-oh, not that one. Here it is. The cover's a little bit different than the one on Amazon. I preferred the Amazon cover. This is my library copy. Italian street food by famous author Paola Bacchia. Recipes from Italy's bars and hidden laneways. This is a much beloved cookbook that they just reissued from Smith Street Books. Gelati. The chapters are barista, fried savory snacks, panini, pizzette and crostini, fish and seafood, meat, breads and baked goods, sweet treats, ice creams and sorbets, and sauces and basics are at the back. So we're learning about the author and Italian street food, etc. Here's the first chapter, Il Barista. Okay, trying to get to the food recipe. A pizzette. Here we go. Oh, cute. A little tiny baby pizza with pomodoro and mozzarella. Adorable. And then, these look so good. Potato and onion pizzette. So this is street food, so you'd buy it from a cart and you would probably just buy one of them because you're eating it with your hand. And I had to eat trying to stand up and walk around an event yesterday, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, we have to sit down or I'm going to spill this food all over my hand. Okay, they're showing us some of the street scenes. A tomato and anchovy pizzette. Tiny little pizza. Gorgonzola and mushroom pizzette. That's just perfect. That's maybe 2 or 3 bites. But yet it's so beautiful and so, I mean, I think you'd feel fulfilled and be pretty full after 1 or 2 of them. Crostini with egg and anchovy. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Italian street food by Paola Bacchia. Crostini with gorgonzola, pear, and balsamic. Here's crostini with whipped ricotta, anchovy, and caper berries. And a street scene. Crostini with mackerel, pate, and canapes. Let's skip ahead a little. Eggplant polpettine. I think it's fried. Yum. Now this is called supli, which I've never heard of, or suppli, with meat ragu. It looks nice and melted cheesy. Here is fried bread balls. That sounds amazing. Here's a recipe for panzerotti, otherwise known as fried dough pockets. I would eat the heck out of that. Here is polenta chips. I've had those before. They're very good, but you want to eat them hot. Don't want to get them cold. Fried mozzarella balls. We've all had those. Yum. Here's a chickpea pancake with eggplant. That's interesting. I've never seen a recipe for that one before. I don't know if you guys have. Fish and seafood chapter. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Sardine polpette. And swordfish polpette. So remember again, these are all little street foods or appetizer sized. Crumbed mussels. Mixed fried fish in a paper cone, because it's street food and you can walk down the street eating it. They should have little hand washing stations. Maybe they do. Next chapter, fried meatballs. Stuffed fried olives. What are they stuffed with? Beef, pork, and chicken. Okay, that's a lot. Fried gnocchi bread. Grilled lamb bites. Pork sausage bites. Those of you who are watching, I'd love to know where you're watching from. I am in Seattle, Washington, and this focaccia bari style looks amazing. What is going on? Is that sun-dried tomatoes? It's semolina, potato, pitted black olives, ripe cherry tomatoes. Oh, those are cherry tomatoes. Salt and tepid water. Next up, puffed cheese bites. Yes, please. I'll take 3 of them. Next up is little tarali from Puglia. And rosemary buns. That would be great for a savory breakfast accompaniment, maybe with some scrambled eggs. Next chapter, sweet fried pastries with lemon ricotta. Those would not last long in my house. Apple fritters. We make a lot of those here in Washington State because we're in apple country. This is, I have to look up the English word for it, short crust pastry sfogliatelle. Sfogliatelle. Well, I tried. Anyway, it's pastry with sugar. Ring donuts. Donuts are my weakness, you guys. I can't even see a picture of donuts. I'm like, no, I want them. Not gonna have any. Coca cannoli with ricotta. Look how pretty that is. Shona would not like it because there's nuts on there. So I'm moving on. Sweet fried pastry wings. Lemon tarali. Are those different than donuts? They're fragrant and lemony with citrus zest. And now here's the ice creams and sorbet chapter. We had some good gelato yesterday, Shona. Panettone ice cream. Orange, pink grapefruit, and Aperol sorbet. I never thought of putting Aperol in my sorbet. I just thought of drinking it. Okay, hot chocolate with ice cream. Well, the ice cream won't last very long before it melts. Affogato. Lemon mayonnaise. And okay, I am so impressed with the Italian street food cookbook. Let me know if you have any questions about this cookbook or want me to revisit any of the parts or any of the recipes. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a sip of water so I'm not destroying my voice and move on to the next book, which I have not looked through yet. It is currently 37% off on Amazon today, $19 for the 66 square feet book. It is about entertaining on your terrace in a big city like New York City. Here it is. 66 Square Feet, A Delicious Life by Marie Villjon. One woman, one terrace, 92 recipes. So on the back it says, South Africa-born Marie Villjon blogs about cooking and gardening on her tiny 66 square feet terrace in Brooklyn, New York. The book draws us into her beautiful world of unfolding city seasons as she forages throughout New York City and harvests from her garden to create elegant and inspiring meals that encourage us to pause and savor life. Sounds good to me. Let's take a look. This came out back in 2013. The publisher is Stuart Tabori and Chang, and I'm surprised she found so many flowers. Okay, and the table of contents are just seasonal, month by month, starting with January. Introduction. In New York, a city more famous for its concrete and culture than for its plants, I see green. I find wild violets and edible knotweed in Central Park's Ramble in April, and I notice the English roses on a Brooklyn fence in May as a cab rushes by. Okay, it's kind of a long introduction. Ooh. Okay, and New York in January. Average temperatures 39. And 26 at night. Yeah, Seattle's a little bit warmer than that in winter. First recipe of the book, crabs with black bean sauce. The January terrace. I'll pause for a moment so we can check out the cute kitty. The January menu, a cold weather dinner. She has a drink called a bear talk. She says January is apple country. Hard cider seems a seasonal drink. And she adds a dash of cognac to make it an aperitif. White winter salad, borscht consommé, creme caramel, chicken with olives. No actual food pictures. So let's start skipping ahead and see. She's mostly showing us plants in New York City. And here's a oxtail stew food picture. And some are in New York in March. Their terrace, the way it looks on March, and then she has her recipes in between. Salad thinnings with fresh mozzarella, short ribs with field garlic and red wine. New York in April, be a good time to visit. This is dirt that she's planting. There's a recipe for boiled egg with the first chives. Her April menu, you get the drift. Strawberry shortcake fool is a recipe. Service berry pie, I've never heard of that berry. The June menu. Blueberry pancakes fresh from the roof. Her July menu. August. The August terrace. A jug full of gazpacho. A blackout cocktail. You're not supposed to black out after you drink it. Tomato and fig salad, September, etc. You get the drift. That is my preview of 66 square feet, A Delicious Life. One woman, one terrace, 92 recipes. Okay, next up we have, I've been looking forward to this, Nadia's British Food Adventure. Now remember that she won one of the seasons of the Great British Baking Show, or as they call it over there, the Great British Bake Off. I was just reading that they can't call it Bake Off over here in the US because Pillsbury trademarked the term Bake Off. So over here, it's the Great British Baking Show. So, the British Food Adventure is based on her BBC program, her new BBC series. And this came out in June 2021. It's Nadia Hussain. And I love her cookbooks, but for some reason I have never looked through this one. So I'm very excited. Let me know if you have any questions, those of you that are watching us on Facebook and Amazon and YouTube. So the contents are breakfast and brunch, for the love of lunch, midweek meals, friends over, party time, an entire chapter about pudding, and British people don't think pudding is what American people think pudding is, so that's kind of confusing. Something special, and thanks at the end. Introduction. As a first-generation Brit, born to Bangladeshi immigrant parents, I grew up in a household where family was not just your mother, father, and siblings, but also the grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, first, second, third, fourth cousins, and even the neighbors. Everyone was family. It was an open-door policy in our home. And for her growing up, food was about her mother sitting on the floor, parceling samosas, heavy work for one day, making light work the rest of the month. So here's the breakfast and brunch chapter. Cayenne Eggs Benedict. Yum. Except I can't handle too much spice. Cardamom Banana Drop Scones. She's going to have a lot of recipes that we have never heard of if we haven't looked through her cookbooks before. Brown Mustard Potato Roasty. It looks horrible, but it's hard to photograph brown food. I bet it tastes amazing. Smoked paprika corned beef and baked bean wrap, but there's no picture. Turmeric tomatoes on avocado toast, no picture, but look at these cute garlic parsley egg cups. That would be adorable. I can't personally get up in the morning early enough to make something that cute. I will make oatmeal though. Black pepper and smoked salmon omelet. And then I see a sandwich, cherry almond and nutmeg tarts. I've got to get out of the breakfast chapter because this is supposed to be a preview, not show you the whole book. Here's the lunch chapter, Plowman's cheese and pickle tart. I would totally eat a pickle tart. Caraway salmon with red pepper and quinoa salad. Beef skewers with pui lentil and chickpea salad. Ooh, I don't know what this is. Is that eggplant? It must be. Aubergine and feta tart. Yes, British people call it aubergine. Very fancy. We say eggplant. Halloumi and watermelon skewers with tamarind dip. That would be amazing at a summer barbecue for your vegetarians to have some cheese and some tomatoes. One thing I always wonder is, in my friend circle, we have maybe 30% vegetarians and 70% meat eaters. So we throw a big old party and we try to have 3 dishes vegetarian and 7 meat, and then the meat eaters come over and grab all the vegetarian food and eat lots of vegetarian food and then a little bit of the meat. And the reason we serve the meat is if we don't, they complain. So we're like, well, then don't eat the vegetarian food. We have nothing to eat now. Oh, jeez. Here's her midweek meals chapter. Lamb bhuna with garlic naan. Spiced bean and banger stew. Now, I forget what bangers, is that potatoes? Celery, garlic, carrots, cinnamon, butter beans. Nope, I don't know what a banger is. Sausages. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oyster mushroom soup. Fenugreek parathas. Sausage. Thank you, Shona. I was so confused. Prawn and orange curry with basmati rice. Don't know what that is. I think it's shrimp. Iyam Beildi, sorry, I've never seen this word before, with lemon couscous. Okay, this is a typically Turkish dish, and it involves aubergine. Sticky star anise wings with chunky chips. I love how creative her cookbooks are. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Nadia's British Food Adventure based on her cooking show on BBC. I love her fusion cooking with British foods. Yes, Shona. How about Indian 5-spice vegetable stir-fry? Possibly too spicy for me and Shona. Herby skyr chicken salad. Here's bay-infused coq au vin with creamy mash. That's a yucky looking picture, but it's hard to photograph beige and brown food. It must be absolutely delicious. Friends over chapter. There's nothing like a meal together for saying thank you. I missed you, or I just want to see your face. Here's caramelized onion soup with cayenne croutons. Crab cakes with lemon mayo. You'd want to serve them hot, right fresh, and eat them right away. How about, ooh, what are these? These are curry, carrot, and parsnip bhajis with coriander and chili chutney. That looks very filling. I want to make these goat cheese and red pepper galettes. I love making galettes, and I have some red peppers in the house. This recipe involves passata, which I do have in the house too. Cheese scones with chive butter. Here's an apple, walnut, and coriander salad with burnt garlic dressing. I would have to remove the walnut so that Shona could eat it. Tofu coconut katsu curry. That looks delicious. I love that she has many vegetarian options, but also meat. Bolognese pie. I would use fake beef crumbles on mine, and I'd have to make 2 so my boyfriend could have a dish with the actual beef, and I would have the one with the fake beef. Here is beef Wellington with fennel and mint salad. Let me know if I'm going too fast on the pictures. Party time! Bloody Mary cashews. Not for people who don't like nuts. Crab summer rolls. Arancini balls with roasted red pepper and pine nut dip. Ooh, look at this. Caraway pita chips with beetroot, i.e. beets, and feta dip. That would be delicious. Party time. Citrus lamingtons. Getting the dessert on. Mini millionaire's cups. Cute. Fresh jam donuts. Here's baked churros with a Samoa dip. I didn't know churros could be baked and not fried. Rosemary banoffee pie. Did I say banoffee right, Shona? Banoffee? Banoffee. It's got to be banoffee. I don't know. I need to rewatch the Great British Baking Show. She's making a chai tea banana cake, and this is mango and passion fruit jam roly-poly. Apple, fig, brie, and honey strudel. Eton Mess cheesecake, and here's coconut and blueberry tarts. So that is your preview of Nadia's British Food Adventure. Take a look at it on Amazon. It is 19% off today. It's $28.99 if you like the hardcover. I'm not sure what the Kindle price is. Probably much less. Next up, I thought it would be fun to look through a Parisian bistro book. I'm not going to Paris anytime soon, unfortunately, that I know of, so I can dream about it. This says to open this book is to step into the theatrical, joyful atmosphere of the Fontaine de Mars, a bistro in the heart of Paris that was founded in 1908. Once you've passed behind the heavy red curtain, you're captivated by the spirit of a place that is managed not only to retain but also to refine, okay, this is getting pretentious, the best elements of its rich past. Checkered tablecloths, antique decorative objects, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's see what the recipes look like. Here's the curtain. So this came out in 2020. The publisher is Abrams, one of our favorite cookbook publishers. Chapter 1, Lifting the Curtain on a Unique Place. Chapter 2, Revealing the Secrets Behind the Scenes. And that's it. Okay, so we're going to learn a lot about the history of it, but I'm here for recipes. And we start off with poached eggs in a red wine sauce. I don't think I've ever had poached eggs in red wine. Okay. And we're learning about the history of the bistro. Here's real egg mayo with vegetable macédoine. I hope I said that right. Leek whites with ravigote sauce. Here's semi-cooked duck with a foie gras terrine. I would need my duck cooked all the way were I to eat that. Here's a rabbit terrine with foie gras. Definitely a French bistro. And here's a landaise salad with dried duck breast. Here's a beef tartare. A grand cassoulet with tarbus beans. I don't know what tarbus beans are. I'm going to look that up. I actually love making vegetarian cassoulet, although that is sacrilegious. Here's a leg of lamb with gratin dauphinois, homemade Toulouse sausage with split pea puree, a fricassee of rabbit. Here's people eating at a bistro together. New chapter. I'm not sure what they're... What? We have to find out what that is. This is pan-fried baby cuttlefish, but I saw an interesting picture. What is that? It doesn't say over here. I have to turn back. It is crab fondant, quote-unquote, with tomato jelly and avocado. Here's a Sunday tart tatin. That looks delicious. A tart bourdaloue. Look at the beautiful top of the tart. That's stunning. Oh my goodness. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through a Parisian bistro cookbook and about 4 more today. Warm porcini mushroom pie. I'm struggling. A calf's head salad with Roseval potatoes. This is a little pretentious. They could just say potatoes. A Parmesan sablé with tomato confit. Sole Meunier, which you might remember from the Julia Child Challenge TV show last month. Scallops with well-seasoned chicken jus. Jerusalem artichoke. I don't see Jerusalem artichokes in cookbooks much anymore. Lemon meringue pie, excuse me. Vanilla millefeuilles. Homemade brioche French toast. That is the Parisian bistro, and pardon me if I slaughtered any of those words. It's been a long time since I took college French. Very long time, like you guys weren't even alive back then. Okay, next cookbook is Small Victories, and it's 52% off for the hardback. Wow. It is back here. No, it's down here. It's down here. Okay, I'm going to move some of these up so we can see them. I found the My Two Souths book. We'll look at that after Small Victories. This is recipes, advice, and hundreds of ideas for home cooking triumphs. I love the idea of triumphant cooking. It is Julia Turshen, one of her earlier cookbooks, and she's now kind of like a cult cookbook chef because everyone was reading her most recent one last year, like freaking out. Ina Garten. Oh man, I can never remember if it's Ina or Ina, and I should know that. I just think of her as the Barefoot Contessa. She did the foreword. Okay. Ina Garten. October 2016. Small Victories by Julia Turshen. Off to a beautiful start. So her chapters are breakfast, soups and salads, vegetables, grains, beans and pasta, meat and poultry, shellfish and fish, and desserts. And a few drinks and some things to keep on hand. And 7 lists, such as 7 easy but memorable bites to have with drinks. Okay, we're going to get through the pantry part. Okay, breakfast. We ready to check it out? We're in the breakfast chapter. Avocado and kimchi toast. That's a nice spin on it. Gravlax with caper cream cheese. Olive oil, fried eggs with yogurt and lemon. That sounds amazing. Green eggs with or without ham. Some spin-offs on that. Deviled eggs, etc. Chilaquiles with roasted tomato salsa. I love chilaquiles, and when I can get them vegetarian, I jump on it. Bread, sausage, and apple hash. Everything biscuits. There they are. Now we're in the soup and salad chapter. I wish it said the name of the recipe on the top of the photo in case we sneak ahead. That's a spring pea leek and herb soup. Shaved carrot and avocado salad with tahini, very healthy. Gus's house salad. Beet and just barely pickled cucumber salad looks so refreshing for summer. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Small Victories by Julia Turshen. Radicchio slaw with warm bacon dressing. And now we're in the vegetables chapter. Starting off with tinfoil kale and cherry tomatoes, Swiss chard with ginger and coconut, string beans with pork, ginger, and red chili. There's a lot of ginger in this cookbook. Creamed corn. I love creamed corn. zucchini and nigella fritters. Now it's too bad they always come out looking kind of burned like that. It's just the way they do, and they taste delicious. But when I get that out, and I'm like, oh, I burned it. No, it's fine. It's fine. You didn't. And serve them with sour cream. Asparagus with brown butter and hazelnuts. Shona says no hazelnuts. Grace's sweet potatoes. That does not look good. But like I always say, it's hard to photograph brown food and make it look appetizing. I bet that smells amazing. Roasted mushrooms on toast. Potluck quinoa. Kasha and mushrooms with crispy salami. Curried red lentils with coconut milk. Tiny picture. Could we have a bigger one, please? And a nice lasagna. There was a recipe I just passed by that was intriguing. Crispy hominy and cheddar fritters. I like hominy. I don't know a lot of people that cook with it. Country ham with Henley mustard sauce. Brisket with apricots and prunes. Homemade merguez with herby yogurt. And buttermilk fried chicken. Indecision grilled chicken. Not indigestion, indecision. Some step-by-step photos for making chicken and pea skillet pie. Beautiful table. Broiled anything with garlic and parsley butter. I like her sense of humor. I like the way she writes her cookbooks. Oh, this is a parchment halibut with chermoula in parchment. And she's making coconut ice cream, quote unquote, with lime and mango. She's making a chocolate cake. But what's the happy wife, happy life chocolate cake? Yes. And an upside down cake with peaches, apricots. And here's her few drinks chapter and some things to keep on hand. Ginger and honey, Arnold Palmer's. Whiskey and maple syrup sour, yum. Paloma slushies. Arugula and walnut pesto. Spicy honey. That is Small Victories from Julia Tertian. Always interesting to look through her cookbooks. We have about 4 cookbooks left, and then I'm going to switch things up and do a live stream later about summer reads. And I'm going to do one about dolls and Barbies in particular, and Disney. It's going to be a long day of live streaming here at Cookbook Divas, because when I take a long break from live streaming, I miss it, and I want to catch up on all the stuff I missed while I was busy packing my house for a move. My Two Souths. I finally found this cookbook. It was buried under a bunch of other ones. And did I ever add Turkish Delights in here? If I didn't, I'm going to add it right now because this is a fantastic cookbook. I didn't. Pardon me 1 second while I go out to my app and add Turkish Delights so that you can click on it to check it out. Because over here on Amazon, we are a shopping channel. We are not just here chatting all day long like we do on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. There's Turkish Delights. The Kindle version is $3.99. Nice. Okay. Let's go back into the live stream so I can see if you are chatting with me. And let's take a look at My Two Souths. And I'm going to adjust my camera because I don't like the fact that it's... Okay. Asha Gomez. This is blending the flavors of India into a southern kitchen. I love this. That's definitely fusion for you. And I see a tomato pie, so I'm curious to see what kind of Indian spices they used in it. This is going to be cool. Came out in 2016. My Two Souths, Blending the Flavors of India into a Southern Kitchen by Asha Gomez with Martha Hall Foose. And Running Press is the publisher. They make so many good cookbooks. Contents. Chapter 1, Day Starters. Chapter 2, Plate Lunches and Simple Pleasures. Chapter 3, Tea Times and Party Times. Chapter 4, Dinner and Accompaniments. Chapter 5, Desserts and Sweets, of course. Introduction. I call my style of cuisine Two Souths cooking. Its flavors and dishes are characterized and rooted in my deep affection for the resourcefulness and soulfulness of cooking in both my mother country, India, in the far southern state of Kerala, and my chosen home in America's southern, culinary savvy city of Atlanta, Georgia. All right, let's jump ahead. Here's the pantry staples that we need: curry leaves, coconut oil, mustard seeds, rice, kodam puli, I've never heard of, star anise, turmeric, tamarind. I don't keep tamarind in my house because I don't use it enough. Chapter 1, Day Starters. We start off in a beautiful kitchen. Whoa, nice. Egg appam, or appam. I'm guessing it's appam. And appam, or appam, is a bowl-shaped fermented rice flour crepe made with coconut milk. It has a spongy cake-like bottom and lacy crisp edges and is often featured as a breakfast item or served along stews. Spiced to table date oatmeal, no picture. Nutmeg scented crepes filled with coconut and jaggery. And somebody remind me what jaggery is, please. You would think I would know as a cookbook looker, but I do not. Can't remember. Skillet chicken hash pie. And the Indian flavors come from... Really, it's a cream cheese pie crust. And then the rest of the filling is onion, ginger, garam masala, turmeric, frozen green peas, chicken breast, potatoes, eggs, red pepper. Okay, that's where that comes in. Here's a recipe for blueberry lime muffins, but no picture, unfortunately. Puffy ginger hoe cakes. Cardamom stewed plantains. That sounds amazing. I like plantains. Quick telecherry buttermilk biscuits. Tomato clove preserves. That would be especially delicious in early autumn. Oh my goodness. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Plate lunches and simple pleasures chapter. Savoy and green apple slaw. Here's Kerala fried chicken and low country rice waffles in a spicy syrup. And all the instructions you need to make that. Country Captain with lemon relish. I don't know what a country captain is. A recipe for cardamom cornbread that sounds amazing. Black cardamom smothered pork chop. Fresh thyme fish cakes. That must be her kid. Masala lamb burgers with mint chutney. Railways beef curry and a picture of Kerala, a church. Gumbo, pickled catfish. I need more pictures of food. Cooling yogurt rice. That would be nice right now. Tea times and party times chapter. This is warm sorghum toddy. I don't think I've ever tried sorghum. I don't think I have. Puff pastry samosa pockets. Golden potato croquettes or aloo tikki. This is Sultana Semolina Cashew Shira. Friday fish dinner. Banana leaf grilled catfish with watermelon rind chow chow. That is a fusion dish if I've ever heard of one. That's really cool. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through My Two Souths. Southern Kerala Indian cooking with Southern Atlanta, Georgia cooking. This is a prawn pan roast or chemen. Fishwife's pie, weeknight fancy chicken and rice, chicken and pumpkin with dumplings. Wow. I'm going to start skipping ahead. Oh, vivid tomato and cheese pie from the cover of the book. There it is. Those tomatoes look fantastic right now. Roasted garlicky potato salad. Red cabbage thorin. And this is desserts and sweets chapter. What is that? Is that a skillet apple pie? It is. I don't know. It doesn't say. Okay. Well, that's a mystery. Lots. Okay, pink peppercorn and ginger poached pears. Not enough pictures in this cookbook. Mango sweet sticky rice. Colonial trifles. Smoky hazelnut chocolate cookies. When they do have pictures, they make me want to eat and cook the item, but not enough pictures, so I'm going to close this up. That is My Two Souths. I love the concept of the fusion between Southern Indian and Southern American. Next up, where were we in the line of cookbooks? We're getting down to the end here. I'm going to take some water. We did small victories. Oh! We are doing Turkish delights, and then I will give you a sneak preview of Persiana, which comes out in October. So this is not a library cookbook. I own this one. I bought it because I looked at it in the library, loved it, loved it, loved it. Oh my gosh. Stunning regional recipes from the Bosphorus to the Black Sea. It is a John Gregory Smith cookbook. I'm a huge fan of his. His cookbooks are incredible. So let's take a peek. I can't remember when this came out. Doesn't hurt that it's my favorite color. John Gregory Smith is a chef and food writer who specializes in Turkish cuisine. He's passionate about Turkey, having explored the country extensively over the last 10 years, and regularly hosts Turkish pop-ups and secret supper clubs in London. I love the idea of secret supper clubs. This is his third book. His first was Mighty Spice Cookbook and Mighty Spice Express. He also founded the online magazine Eat, Travel, Live. And Kyle Books is the publisher, and they often send us free cookbooks to review and look at, but they didn't send me this one. I bought it. Contents: breakfast, meze, pide and kofta, kebabs, salads, meat, seafood, vegetarian, and desserts. And here is a map of the region he's covering. East Anatolia, the Aegean Sea, Marmara, Istanbul, Central Anatolia, the Black Sea. That's a bigger country than I realized. Turkey, with so many wonderful regions and food, so deeply steeped in culture and history, it's easy to be inspired by the cuisine of this magnificent country. So he's going to teach us about the regions. There's our author. Doesn't hurt that he's good looking. I'm just saying. Okay. Essential ingredients that you're going to need. Lots of lemons. I remember that from his cookbooks. Okay, breakfast. A traditional Turkish breakfast is the biggest meal of the day. It's a long and lazy affair, but it's eaten on small plates and with small cutlery in order to avoid overeating. Breakfast is a central part of Turkish family life. Many Turks who live abroad will get up early in their adopted countries and indulge in this morning ritual, filling their tables with a delicious spread. First recipe of the book, a Black Sea pancake. That looks amazing. It involves flour, full fat milk, 4 eggs, a cup and a quarter of greens. Baby spinach is great. A handful of chopped flat leaf parsley leaves. 3 scallions, 3 tablespoons olive oil, and sea salt. That's pretty simple. Lima beans with sucuk. Does he tell us what sucuk is? He does. It is a smoked Turkish sausage made from beef, because it's a Muslim country and they don't eat pork. Although occasionally you can find pork in Istanbul for the non-Muslims. Poached eggs, yogurt, and avocado. Ground lamb menemen. A beautiful scene from the Turkish coast. I'm assuming, well, it could be the Mediterranean or the Black Sea. I have a feeling we're going to see some fish in this cookbook. Village pancakes with honey and clotted cream and an entire honeycomb. Tahin pekmez toast. Pomegranate jam, which I've never tried making and I'd like to. Now we're in the meze chapter, the small plates. Here's alakati borek. It looks like spanakopita, but it's not. It has ground lamb. Here's a charred samphire with lemon. I don't know what samphire is. I guess I have to look that up. It looks really stringy. Yogurt, red pepper dip. Grilled squid with smoked eggplant. The photography in his cookbooks is stunning too. Smoked eggplant yogurt. Chapter 3, pide and kofta. Classic Turkish street foods such as, here's the author making pide dough. Black Sea pide. Now notice we don't say pita like we're saying in Greek. We say pide. This is a pastrami and egg pide. So notice how they keep it kind of open and stuff it, and you can still see it after it's cooked. It's so pretty. Spinach pide. So kind of a flatbread, but more stuffed. Some beautiful travel photos that are heart-achingly beautiful. Sea bass kofta with smoked red pepper sauce. Cheesy beef kofta. I mean, when you add cheese, you're just making it more delicious. An entire chapter on kebabs, ground lamb and smoked eggplant, lamb cutlets, kurdan kebabs. Ooh, my camera had trouble focusing on that one. Chicken shish. Vegetable kebabs, yay! And now we're in the salad chapter. I generally find those boring, but look at this beautiful orange and celeriac salad. That is stunning. That would be awesome on a very, very hot day when you're hungry and have to eat, but you're not going to turn on the oven. Rice, kale, chile, and pomegranate salad. Here's a beautiful fried halloumi with herby salsa. Here's the meat chapter. Lamb is Turkey's most popular meat, from stews to sizzling kebabs. And here's charred sumac and oregano chicken wings. Let me know if you have any questions about this cookbook. Konya chicken sandwich. Here's Granny's pilaf, or pilav. Here's Ottoman lamb shank stew. Wouldn't that be comforting in winter? Eggplant dolma. Smoky fried lamb with peppers, tomatoes, and garlic. Baked sea bass with raki. I don't know what raki is. Does it say? Nope. Herby zucchini fritters. Is this the vegetarian chapter? Kale, spinach, pomegranate, and walnuts. That's kind of twice now. That's too much kale. Sorry. Green beans, stewed kale, tarhana soup. That looks stunning. Aegean eggplant pilav. And desserts chapter. Honey baklava. Of course there's a baklava. And a chocolate pudding and hazelnut cookies. Those look thin and crispy. And here's phyllo twirls with walnut and cinnamon. That would be amazing with Turkish coffee, wouldn't it? That's Turkish Delights. We have one cookbook left today to look at. It is not out. Oh, we actually have two because I lost Foods of the Italian South. Well, I'm going to skip it. We've been doing this long enough. Persiana Every Day. Sabrina Gayour's brand new cookbook that's not out yet. I got a sneak peek copy from the publisher and permission to just briefly look through it with you. Super briefly, not show too much. Small plates, salads for all seasons, poultry and meat, vegetable love, carbs of all kinds, something sweet. There are so many things in this cookbook I would like to make. Ottoman puffs, for starters. I'm not going to make zesty mackerel pate though, but you could. Flavor bomb beans on toast. A beautiful chicken cucumber salad. Pork, cilantro, and scallion meatballs. Golden pork stir fry. Lazy one-pan souvlaki and fried potatoes. Kofta, orzo, and tomato bake with feta. Here's the seafood chapter. Aromatic shrimp with rice and corn. Sesame and spice roasted salmon. Marmalade shrimp with barberry, which you can substitute cranberries if you have to. They're just not tart enough. Chili and chive butter. Vegetable love chapter. Thank you for that. Spiced lima bean patties. That's an interesting way to use up some cans of lima beans. Braised celery. Crushed new potatoes with tahini butter. I totally want to make this golden pepper, cheese, and zucchini cuckoo. I'm cuckoo enough, I know. Spice roasted celeriac with honey orange and pool beaver. That looks like tofu, but apparently not, because it's cubed. Sticky spiced harissa and lime roasted carrots. That would be incredible. Cheese, thyme, and walnut flatbreads. I would love to make those. And I suspect they're healthier than pizza. Fragrant lime, rosemary, coconut, and black bean rice. Yes. And eating beans and rice together is done in many, many cultures for health reasons. Sage butter, feta, and black pepper pasta. Yum. That is your sneak peek of Persiana Every Day. Does anybody want to stick around for Food of the Italian South? I'm going to add it to the carousel. We got another 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to do it because I'm very curious. I just have to butt in here on my phone and add it so that it's in the record for later. Foods of the Italian South. I'm very curious to look through this one. I haven't looked yet. There it is. Okay. Back to the carousel, return to live stream, find the book, which hopefully is at the end. We got a couple people still with us here on Amazon Live. Thanks for sticking with the show. Food of the Italian South by Katie Parla. I loved the cover, so when I saw that at the library, I grabbed it. This came out in 2019. In most cultures, exploring food means exploring history, and the Italian South has plenty of both to offer. The pasta-heavy, tomato-forward Italian food that the world knows and loves does not actually represent the entire country. Those actually come from the South. Recipes for classic, disappearing, and lost dishes. That is what got my curiosity going. So here's the chapters. Antipasti, starters. Soups and stews, or zuppi and minestre. Pasta shapes and sauces. Fish, carne, meat. Contorni, salads and side dishes. And then bread, focaccia, and pizza. Dolci, desserts. Beautiful photography in this cookbook, and we're learning about the regions, Puglia, Calabria, etc. Gorgeous photography. About this book, how to use it, pantry, blah, blah, blah. Okay, starters, first chapter. Woo! Fried polenta fritters. I love the shape. You can tell that someone just went and then threw them in the deep fryer. It's shaped like your hand. I love it. Buffalo mozzarella. Yum. There's the buffalo. Zucchini patties. I think most cultures where countries can grow zucchini have some kind of a patty recipe. Marinated vegetables. Yeah, kind of boring, but delicious. Let's skip ahead. We're in the soup chapter. This is called crappiata. No comment. Fava, pea, and cicerecci soup. Never heard that word. Sorry. Polenta with wild greens. That looks healthy. A minestra maritata, which turns out to be wild herb and pork soup. Here's bread dumplings with potato and tomato broth. That looks amazing. Flour and water pasta shapes, teaching you to make your own pasta. This is cavatelli with tomato and wild mint pesto. Here is toasted flour orecchiette, makes 1 pound. And this is fusilli with Calabrian-style pork ragu. And I'm thinking they're using Calabrian peppers? No, I was wrong. Okay, fish chapter. Stuffed mussels. And swordfish rolls. I've never seen a recipe for that. Have you guys? I've never heard of that. Those of you just joining us, we're looking through Food of the Italian South, which is our final cookbook today. My next stream is Summer Reads, because it is still summer here in Seattle. It's hot. Ugh. Termoli style fish soup. That doesn't look like soup to me. I don't see a lot of liquid, but I guess it's soup. Octopus and potato salad. Here's the meat chapter. Frittata stuffed meat rolls. Here's eggs with salami and tomato. Pork cooked with grapes. That's interesting. This is Potenza style chicken with herbs and wine. This is cauliflower, olive, pepper, and caper salad. That looks so good because it's summer. Crispy potatoes with onions and Parmigiano Reggiano. Baked bread and provolone casserole. Like a panzanella almost. This is lemon and mint salad. The other ingredient is... Oh! That's it, guys. Wait a minute, look at this. The only ingredients are organic lemons, like Meyer lemons, seeded and cut into bite-sized pieces, mint leaves, red pepper flakes, virgin olive oil, and sea salt, and you just eat them up with the skin on. Wow, and the pith. Oh, okay. From the cover of the book, this gorgeous olive and tomato flatbread. Stunning. And step by step for making Easter bread. Here is lemon zest and cherry jam cookies. And this is lemon cream filled puff pastry. And liquor and cocktails, yum! And Negroni, and this is a Finocchiello wild fennel liqueur, so that would be very licoricey. Woo! That is a beautiful cookbook, Food of the Italian South. I am so impressed. I hope you enjoyed this cookbook look through. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the follow button if you want to see more of our live streams. We do live stream about cookbooks a lot, but also fiction books and toys and dolls, Barbies, Disney, and we used to and we will again host trivia nights in the evenings for a little bit of a prize from now and then of an Amazon gift card. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream.